Do it. It's unfair.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Hello everyone, what is going on today? So hope you're all having an awesome day so far. Now we have the new Star Wars Darth Vader Annual Edition number 2 comic that has been released, and there are a bunch of good things in this one to cover for a few videos. So today's, we'll go over how Vader actually went back to Geonosis for the first time since Anakin did in Episode 2. It's pretty sweet, and we see visions of his younger self that day in the arena, where he even says a really famous line from Episode 2 later on. So the premise of this one is that Vader has gone to Scarif to uncover more information about Project Stardust, which is actually the Death Star, which he doesn't really know about. When Tarkin walks in and basically says that he can't be there, he doesn't have authorization. Summoning the Emperor through a hologram in his palm, Sidious tells Vader that he must go on a mission to Geonosis, and from there, he can uncover the plot behind all the instances of sabotage on the Empire's project.
Uncover the treachery that has interrupted the project's timeline and threatens our supremacy. Root it out, destroy it.
As Vader goes to Geonosis, he lands there, meeting Krennic for the very first time. And immediately, a bomb is detonated above their heads, falling rocks ready to crush them all when Vader uses the Force to save himself and Krennic. As they speak in private, Krennic is amazed at just what happened, as he tries to convince Vader that Tarkin is the one behind all of this. Paying no attention to it, of course, Vader tells him,
"I care not for such baseless accusations, Commander. If you have proof, give it."
Continuing their talk, Vader learns that an accident killed 24 of the slave natives on the planet, delaying the project of the turbo lasers. The Dark Lord goes to walk the Genosian arena. As he sees his younger self in visions in that exact same spot, fighting against Dooku and his droids, and the many monsters that day that were there with the Jedi on his side. It was almost as if it were in another lifetime.
You have fought bravely, It's bad. I thought you had learned your lesson.
Interrupted by Loyalty Officer Udra, she tells him that there is a name that he needs to know, one that could help him with the plot.
"Give me a name."
Galen Erso, she says. As Vader travels to his office off-world Coruscant, he finds many kyber crystals laying around the room, as he uses the Force to charge them and feel their energy. She tells him that Erso has never been to Geonosis, but he received many shipments from them and uses their technology. Vader finds what he's looking for, as he leaves, but not before taking one thing with him. An egg. Flying back to Geonosis, Vader brings the egg to Krennic, telling him that this was a clue that the natives of the planet sent to Galen as a distress signal to help them. Vader orders Krennic to gather his Death Troopers immediately. As they barge into the hive of Genosians, Vader ignites his lightsaber and decimates them all, slaughtering them like the animals they were, as the Death Troopers open fire on them all, going to the Queen and saying,
"A rogue queen, unsanctioned breeding and sabotage. For your treachery against the Empire, a price must be paid."
Force choking her and slicing her limbs off one by one, leaving nothing but chopped up corpses behind. The dark side fuels him with every waking moment. Sheathing his weapon, it was over. He reports back to Tarkin. "So you uncovered the saboteurs, Lord Vader?"
"Uncovered and dealt with, Governor.
"How do you know you caught the saboteurs?"
We found evidence in the brood chamber. They sent an egg case to an Imperial scientist in the hopes he would be sympathetic to their cause. He was not complicit in the treachery. Slicers confirmed that the rogue Genosian hive installed corrupted tech into production, ensuring accidents. We also located detonate charges, whose accelerant configurations matched those found on the rubble that nearly crushed Commander Krennic and myself."
"And you said you dealt with them. Dare I ask how?"
"They were animals, so I slaughtered them like animals."
And that's where I'm going to end this issue. The rest of the topics I want to go over in more detail for next time, which will be fun. I really love it when the writers and artists take Vader back to the places that he visited when he was Anakin Skywalker. It just adds so much emotion to the story and makes such a polarization between who he was and who he is today, and how everything can just change with one decision. Comment your thoughts on Vader re-quoting the last line, just like he did when he used his rage against the Sand People. I thought it was a nice touch. Also, if you did make it to this part of the video, I'm going to reveal something that Krennic said, which was kind of funny. He says, "This is a surprise, but a welcome one, I assure you." And this, of course, pays some respect to the prequel line that we all know and love. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next episode of Star Wars Theory. Until then, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends, remember,
The Force will be with you, always.
No.
fulfill your destiny.